And a lot of us are struggling with the new material, not because of the new material, but because of stuff that we should already know how to do, like slope, finding slope given 2 points. So if you know how to do slope from 2 points, you don't need to worry about watching the video. This is meant to help those of you guys who are struggling to use the 2 points to find the slope. Slope formula is right here. All it tells you to do is a given 2 points. To find the slope, you subtract your 2 y's on the top and the 2 x's on the bottom. And it does not matter the order you go in, as long as you go in the same order with your y's and your x's. So for example, if I call this one point 1, then that makes this one x1, and that makes that one y1. And if I call this one point 2, then that makes this x2, and that makes that y2. So then I just plug into the formula. It says on top, it says I gotta go y2, so there's my 2. Minus, so I put a minus sign. What comes next? y1. y1 is negative 4. Divided by x2, which I'm saying is negative 4. Minus x1, which is just 1, equals. Remember, minus just means plus, so 2 plus 4 is 6. Negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. So my slope would just be negative 6 over 5. Now notice, it does not matter which order you go in, because I'm going to do the same 2 points. I'm going to do the same 2 points, but now I'll call this one point 2, so that makes that x2, and that makes that y2. And I'll call this one point 1, so that makes that x1 and y1. I'll get the same exact answer. So y2 is now negative 4 minus y1, which is 2, divided by x2, which is 1, minus x1, which is negative 4, equals. So negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. Remember, minus minus means plus. So 1 plus 4 is 5. And I get the same exact answer. That's why it doesn't matter. Don't get caught up in which point you want to call point 1 and which one you call point 2. It doesn't matter, as long as you go in the same order with your y's as you go in for your x's. Okay, let's do another one. Again, if you were expert, go ahead and you don't need to be watching this. This is meant for those of you guys who need a little bit more help with slope. Okay, so let's call this one point 1. So that's x1, and that's y1, and that makes this x2 and y2. So now let's plug in. I do y2 minus y1. So on the top I have 9 minus 6. And on the bottom it's x2 minus x1. So it's 6 minus 3. Which equals 3 over 3. Which is equal to 1. Again, one more example. What if I flip them around? What if I call this one point 2? Same 2 things. Now I'll call that x2. Call that y2. Call that x1. Call that y1. So on the top, I'll have y2, which is 6, minus y1, which is 9. And on the bottom, I'll have x2 minus x1, which gives me 6 minus 9, which is negative 3. And 3 minus 6, which is negative 3. And negative 3 over negative 3 is positive 1, which is the same thing I got a while ago. One more example with a whole bunch of negatives this time. Okay, so I'll call this point 1, x1, y1. Call this point 2, x2, y2. Plug into the formula. It says y2 goes on top, negative 1, minus y1, which is negative 5. On the bottom it says x2, which is negative 9, minus x1, which is negative 1. Okay, so on the top, minus means plus. So negative 1 plus 5 is 4. Minus means plus. Negative 9 plus 1 is negative 8. So negative 4 over 8, reduces to negative 1/2. You must reduce your fractions. So let's do this one again. Flipping the points. So now I'll call this one 0.2, so that makes that x2 and that y2, which make this x1 and y1. Okay, so now let's go the other way. So now I have y2, so negative 5 minus negative 1, y2 minus y1, and now x2 minus x1, which gives me negative 1 minus negative 9, equals, minus minus means plus, so negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4, minus minus is plus, so negative 1 plus 9 is 8, so negative 4 over 8 is also negative 1/2. So it does not matter the order you go in as long as you go in the same order with both your x's and your y's.